Welcome to the Wellness Lab Digest, where we help you to absorb powerful, life-changing insights from top wellness experts with our daily bite-sized wellness podcast summaries. Each episode is packed with distilled, powerful takeaways to boost your health and well-being. To support this podcast, please scroll down on whatever app you're listening. Ratings and reviews are helpful. Even better, just send the show to a friend. Check out our sponsors at the bottom of the page, or simply click the Support the Show link below the episode description.
Strength training at 70? It sounds crazy, but what if I told you it's not just possible, but potentially life-changing? Today, we're diving into a story that's redefining what it means to age gracefully and powerfully.
Oh, now you got my attention. Who are we talking about here?
We're discussing Dr. Sandi Scheinbaum, the founder of the Functional Medicine Coaching Academy. She's a woman who's challenging every preconception we have about aging and fitness. At 70 years old, she embarked on a serious strength training regimen that's transformed her life.
Wow, that's incredible. Starting a new fitness journey at 70 is no small feat. What motivated her to take such a bold step?
Well, it's an interesting story. Dr. Scheinbaum had been into fitness since her 30s, mainly doing aerobic classes. But it wasn't until she hit 70 that she really embraced strength training. And get this, she went from feeling frail to doing hundreds of push-ups and deadlifts.
Hundreds of push-ups? At 70? That's mind-blowing. How did she manage such a dramatic transformation?
It all comes down to her philosophy that what's real in the mind reflects in the body. She worked on adopting a positive mindset about aging and fitness, but it wasn't an overnight success. She emphasizes the importance of setting small, achievable goals.
That makes sense. It's less intimidating to think about taking small steps rather than making a massive change all at once. Did she face any particular challenges along the way?
Oh, absolutely. She struggled with self-image issues and initially felt quite frail. You know, it's a common experience for many people as they age. But she persevered. And her journey is a testament to the power of consistency and belief in oneself.
That's really inspiring. I'm curious, though. Does she have any specific strategies for making exercise more accessible, especially for older adults who might be intimidated by traditional workouts?
Funny you should ask. She actually has this great concept called exercise snacks. Instead of long gym sessions, she advocates for short bursts of activity throughout the day. So, you might do a quick set of squats while waiting for your coffee to brew, or take a brisk walk around the block during your lunch break.
Oh, I love that idea. It makes exercise feel so much more doable. And I can see how it would be especially helpful for people who might be intimidated by weightlifting or intense workouts.
Exactly. And it's particularly relevant for women who, Dr. Scheinbaum notes, often shy away from strength training. There's this fear of injury or lack of confidence that holds many people back. But by breaking it down into smaller, less intimidating chunks, it becomes much more approachable.
That's so true. I know I've felt that way myself at times, but is exercise alone enough to achieve the kind of results she's seen? Or is there more to her approach?
Great question. While exercise is crucial, Dr. Scheinbaum also emphasizes the importance of nutrition. She's particularly focused on the role of nutrition in both mental health and physical performance. It's a holistic approach that recognizes the interconnectedness of our bodies and minds.
Oh, that's interesting. What kind of nutritional advice does she give? I'm always curious about how dietary recommendations change as we age.
Well, one key point she stresses is the need for adequate protein intake, especially for older adults. It's crucial for combating muscle loss and supporting mental well-being. In fact, she's shifted her own diet over the years from low-fat and plant-based to include more protein and healthy fats.
That's fascinating. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that once we find a diet that works, we can stick with it forever. But our bodies are constantly changing, aren't they?
Absolutely. And it's not just about physical health either. Dr. Scheinbaum also talks about the importance of community and social connections for longevity. She believes that engaging in enjoyable activities with others fosters a sense of belonging and purpose, which is vital for a fulfilling life.
Oh, that's such an important point. Can you give us an example of how she incorporates that into her life?
Sure. One really cool example she gives is her participation in ballet classes for older adults. It's not just about the physical exercise, though that's certainly a benefit, but also about the mental stimulation and social interaction. Imagine a group of seniors at the bar working on their plies and pirouettes. It's a beautiful image of grace, strength, and community.
Ballet classes for older adults? That sounds amazing. I can see how that would tick so many boxes: physical activity, mental challenge, and social connection all in one. It's not something you typically associate with seniors, but why not?
Exactly. It's all about challenging those preconceptions about what aging looks like. Dr. Scheinbaum is really advocating for a complete lifestyle shift, rather than just focusing on exercise or diet alone. She encourages people to reframe their identities and beliefs about themselves.
What do you mean by that? It sounds like she's talking about more than just physical changes.
You're right, it goes much deeper than that. She encourages people to visualize the person they aspire to be and focus on positive self-talk. It's about overcoming those limiting beliefs we often hold about ourselves, especially as we age. For instance, instead of thinking, "I'm too old to start exercising," she might encourage someone to think, "I'm at the perfect age to prioritize my health and try new things."
That's powerful stuff. It's like she's saying we need to change our internal narrative before we can change our external reality. But I can imagine that's easier said than done for many people.
You're absolutely right. That's why Dr. Scheinbaum doesn't just talk the talk. She's actively working to bring this approach to more people. She's advocating for the integration of health coaches in medical settings to support individuals in their health journeys. Imagine going to your doctor and not just getting a prescription, but also being connected with a coach who can help you implement lifestyle changes.
That would be a game changer. Having that kind of support and guidance could make all the difference for someone trying to make significant lifestyle changes.
Exactly. It's all part of Dr. Scheinbaum's emphasis on a holistic approach to wellness. She's really challenging us to think differently about aging, fitness, and what it means to live a healthy life. It's not just about living longer, but about living better with more energy, more capability, and more joy.
You know, listening to Dr. Scheinbaum's story, I'm struck by how much of what we assume about aging is just that, assumptions. She's living proof that it's never too late to start prioritizing your health and fitness.
Absolutely. And I think that's the real takeaway here. Whether you're 30, 50, or 70, it's not too late to start making positive changes in your life. It's about taking those small steps, staying consistent, and believing in your ability to change and grow.
Well said. And on that inspiring note, I think it's time we wrapped up this episode. But before we go, has this conversation inspired you to make any changes in your own life?
You know, it really has. I'm definitely going to start incorporating some of those exercise snacks into my day. And maybe it's time I finally try that yoga class I've been putting off. How about you?
Oh, it's definitely given me food for thought. I'm seriously considering looking into some strength training classes, and I'm going to pay more attention to my protein intake. But most importantly, I'm going to work on changing that little voice in my head that says, "You can't do that," to "Why not give it a try?"
That's fantastic. And to all our listeners out there, we hope Dr. Scheinbaum's story has inspired you too. Remember, it's never too late to start your journey to better health and wellness.
Absolutely. Whether it's trying a new form of exercise, adjusting your diet, or simply changing the way you think about aging, every small step counts. Here's to staying strong, staying positive, and embracing life at every age.
Well said. And on that note, we'll sign off for today. Until next time, keep challenging those assumptions and stay curious about what you're truly capable of.
Goodbye, everyone. And remember, age is just a number, but strength, that's a choice you can make every single day.
Thank you for listening to the Wellness Lab Digest. If you have received value from the podcast, I have 3 asks of you. 1, share the show with your friends and send them a link to the show. 2, please leave a rating and review in whatever app you're listening. And last but not least, please let me know what topics you would like us to cover in the future. You can contact me by sending me a message using the Send Us a Text link below the episode description.